So, Roger, could you begin? You've obviously you're an incredibly hugely talented cinematographer with something of a style. So, how is it merging your own style into the world of Bond, which is obviously has its own style itself?
Well, it does, but when, I'd worked with Sam twice before, and when he talked to me about, working on the film, he basically said, we're going to do it like any other movie. It's a movie by itself. It might be part of a big franchise, but it's still a film that, holds together by itself as an individual, experience. So, in terms of what I was doing and how we were working, it's bigger. There's different challenges. There's a lot more challenges within the same movie, but basically the way we filmed, the way we approached it was no different than we would any other movie, really.
So, in terms of sort of some of the stunt work and things like that, that's still the same as just laying out a group of people in a room for you then?
Well, yeah, in a way. Like the opening sequence, you need a lot more prep, and a lot of it is done by a second unit. We spent a couple of months pre-vising the whole sequence, so everything's laid out. So even though a second unit shooting it, that they knew exactly, the pattern of the cutting and the shots that we wanted from it,
Is the previs something that you would use on something on sort of more or less actiony films, or is it something?
It'd be a previs on more action and more special effects orientated films, But when I was working with Sam on A-Camera on set, on first unit, we didn't really preview as much. We didn't need to. I think Sam likes to work in a much more sort of instinctive way on the day. But if you've got something that's going to a second unit and maybe a aerial unit, and it's being split up in a number of ways over a long period, you need a plan for the whole thing, or else you do lose touch with it. It loses its personality.
I'm sorry to keep you because I understand it's cold, but one last question.
It's actually quite lovely, isn't it?
With there's that scene in the skyscraper, the scene that's silhouetted.
Yeah.
When you were shooting that, did you have any worries that perhaps there were difficulties making anyone else or anything like that? Because it looks spectacular. But
no, the thing is that big screen, we my gaffer John Higgins and me, we researched that screen for maybe weeks, months probably before we shot that, and we shot a lot of tests, so we knew exactly how that it was going to react in the camera and everything, So I was quite confident about that look by the time I went on set. Mind you, I say that, but you've always got nerves about something, but
And you're a big advocate of digital filmmaking?
Well, no, it's only the second film I shot digitally, but there were so many things in this movie that I felt there was an advantage to use a digital camera. One, because you see everything you're doing on set at the time, especially the situation you're talking about. You could see exactly what was there. So in a way, I could feel I could take more risks. I could play that silhouette much darker than I might have. If it had been film, I might have played safe and then printed it down. But you know what I mean? Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated.